Brad Angelo and I finished second this weekend at the Doubles Regional in Ohio. Really cool to ball well, get strikes, and we struck a lot. We even have 300 game. So it was really cool, and I'm really happy with how this weekend went. This was an over-under 50 regional, which means that one player on the doubles have to be over 50 years old, which is Brad, and the other have to be under 50 years old, which is me. So, and then we bowled normal games during qualifying. We managed to qualify with a late run. We both switched to the RST X2 and went about 300 pins over the last 3 games. Scores were high. We managed to get to the cut just barely, so that was good. Then in the finals we bowled Baker, first best of 7 matches, and our first match was again Dan Knowlton and Marshall Kent. Both of them threw Urethane, and they had a much better look than us the first few games. And I think we got down 3-1. But as the match went on, their Urethane made our reactive balls, our proton physics, look better and better, and we ended up shooting 831 the last 3 games with a 298 to beat them. 831 is pretty hard to beat, so that was really cool to finish off that way and just keep striking, keep building on each other's strikes. So that was really fun. In the second match we bowled Pete Weber and Sean Maldonado, and again our look under pressure wasn't very good. We lost the first game, and then we managed to win the next few games, and then in the 5th game it looked like we were going to lose. I had a chance to put a little bit of pressure on Sean the 10th, threw a decent shot, but it hooked high, and Sean left the 10 pin. I made my spare, strung on my fill shot. Sean made the 10 pin, only needed 7 to win, but he threw a bad shot and got 6, so we're in a roll-off. Roll-off was 1 person for each team, 1 shot on 1 lane, and the way we bowled was we bowled an entire game on 1 lane, and then the other teams obviously bowled on the other lane, and then we switched after each game. So Sean decided that me and him was gonna bowl the roll-off on the right lane, where I just bowled our game. So Sean goes up, he strikes, I strike. Then we move over to the left game, which I haven't been on for an entire game, and Sean goes up and leaves the 10 pin, and I'm kind of thinking, alright, I was doing this when we were here a game ago, what's my adjustment? I make the move, think I moved about 2 ports left off of where it was the game before, and threw a good shot, and luckily it carried, so we managed to win. It was really cool getting that chance to step up there and win the match in a roll-off, and just really cool to bowl against Pete Weber. It's always a really cool experience to bowl against some of the legends. So that was a cool experience. Then we move on to the semifinals, where we're bowling Ryan Schaefer and Kerry Smith, and we actually got off to a good start there. We shot 250. Brad started throwing his fast pitch, and I was still throwing my proton physics. And we, like you said, we shot 250. The only problem was that Kerry and Ryan shot 280 against us. So we lost the first game. Now it's best of 5, but Kerry kind of lost her reaction for a couple games there. We got up 2-1, and then the last game we shot 300. So obviously we won the match, and it was really cool getting to step up and throw 10th frame to shoot 300. It's been a while since I've shot 300, so I was a little nervous, but it was a really cool experience, and to shoot it as a Baker, that's a really cool feeling. So that was nice, and you can see the video here. It was fun. So now we're in the finals. We're bowling Graham Farr and his partner Michael Hackett, both lefties. So we got the pair to ourselves, try to set it up in practice. Brad was still throwing his fast pitch to try and push a little bit of oil down, create some hold. I was throwing my proton physics from out, try to create a little bit of hook, and we did a pretty decent job. We had a pretty decent look on the fresh, but we were just missing that little bit where we would 10 pin a little more often than we had the entire day. I probably had more 10 pins in the final match than I had in the 15 games we bowled prior that day. But the biggest issue was that Graham bowled unbelievable. I think he had an 8 pin in the first game, and that was the only shot he didn't strike on for the 4 games. Which is like, how can he beat that? His partner bowled pretty solid too, so they were bowling a big game every game, and we were always under pressure, never able to get that really long string where we could put pressure on them. So they deserve to win, and so good for them. But really nice to feel like I was throwing the ball well again, especially on Sunday. I figured something out with the start of my approach, which really felt good. I saw good ball motion on the lane, my moves, my adjustments made sense to me, and I struck a lot. I struck a lot throughout the matches, and I got up and I performed in the 10th frame a couple times when we needed a strike or a double to win. So that was also really cool, really nice to get that little boost of excitement and confidence, especially going into the TOC this week. So that was an awesome experience, and I'm really happy to have bowled that well, and that we bowled as well as a double. That was fun. So really, although we didn't defend our title from the last time we bowled this regional, getting second place is still pretty good and really nice, coming off of how the last couple of weeks have been. So that was fun. Next thing is TOC. So make sure you subscribe to see the videos from the TOC, and like and comment here. And as a recommendation, please go and check out Ball U. Brad Angelo is a big Ball U guy, and yeah, make sure you check them out and put a comment in if you have any questions. I'll make sure to answer all of them. So please subscribe, and I'll see you next week from the TOC.